It's the Riffs, of course. One Radio, good evening. About 4 minutes past 7, which means on a Thursday, it's time for the 7 o'clock show. Hurrah!
Would you Adam and Eve it?
Would you indeed? So listen, we're back for the month of August.
Yes.
And August is the month of my birthday. Did you know that?
That's frightfully nice.
I will be a whole 1 year older. 26 again.
43.
26 again. So listen, on a Thursday, normally we have a very special exclusive guest into the studio. Today is no different, but of course it's the beginning of our Unsigned month.
It most certainly is. We have dedicated the whole month of August to unsigned artists and bands, and I am unbelievably excited about our guest.
We wanted to give something
this
back, didn't we? We thought we got this show. Why not give some airtime to the people who are really talented?
I just want to check them out.
Okay, cool. So we've got two unsigned acts tonight.
Yes, we have.
Tell me.
This our first act on this evening. Our first guest on this evening is the absolutely gorgeous Joe Roscoe. He'll be joining us in the studio in about 5 minutes.
Brilliant. He's in the green room right now, so he'll be here shortly. So we're going to be chatting to Joe about what he's trying to do in music.
We're going to be finding out what his sound is all about, what his inspirations are, what he wants to do, what the big idea is, what his ambitions are for his musical career.
And we're also going to be playing his latest track. We just had a chat with him off air. He's going to give us the exclusive of his brand new single. So,
Paul,
yes?
exclusive airplay.
An exclusive of the brand new single from Joe Roscoe. Who else have we got?
We've also then got, after Joe, we've got Infinite Loop. They're going to be on for 45 minutes
Infinite
as
Loop.
well.
I'm hoping their music isn't an infinite loop.
We're going to be having them on a little bit later on.
Great stuff. So all of that's coming up tonight in the 7 o'clock show here on One Radio. Good evening. It's a frightfully lovely day.
Isn't it?
I was driving here and had some CDs on the car, and the sun was kind of going down, not quite going down, but it was getting that dusky evening moment. And I put on Pharrell Williams with Marilyn Monroe, and it was an awesome moment.
Thank you very much. The nation is very thankful
that
you shared
I'm
that
hoping
with
they
us.
agree with me, because I'm going to play it right now.
Oh,
So if you're in your car right now, wind down the window, get a bit of sun, and we'll be talking to Joe Roscoe right after.
Now I understand.
Pharrell Williams and Marilyn Monroe. It's One Radio. Good evening. So, Pharrell Williams, Marilyn Monroe, that was a moment. Did you have a moment?
I'm still having my head-moving moment.
I had one earlier in the car. It was awesome. It's a 7 o'clock show here on One Radio. Good evening. Isn't it, Trudy?
Oh, it so is, Paul, and I'm so excited.
Let's introduce our guest. We might as well do it.
Go on, then.
You go on, then. You go.
Joe Roscoe here on the show.
Boom!
Joey's on the show.
I know, he's here.
No, Joey's on the show.
What?
Hello.
It's like rhymes and everything. It's really cool. Hi, Joe.
Joe,
How
good
are
evening.
you?
Good evening.
How are you?
Not bad.
Welcome to the mayhem that is the 7 o'clock show. So, look, you're our first guest on our Unsigned month.
All right.
Okay, so we've got a whole month. You explain that whole
Okay,
Unsigned
so what
month.
we're doing, ladies and gentlemen who are listening, what we're doing is we are dedicating the whole month of August to unsigned bands and artists. And our very first guest is the most gorgeous Joe Roscoe. I'm going to fire straight away. Can we get into the questions? Because
Well, I thought we'd just
You can
say,
ask
how's
him,
your day
how's
been,
day
mate?
been?
Have you been okay?
Right, then
My
go on.
day has been amazing.
You said you went to the beach today.
Yes, I woke up at 12.
What? What? This is the life of up-and-coming musicians
No,
nowadays.
it's the day. It doesn't happen often.
So it's just a random day you had nothing to do.
And it wasn't like one of those, like, you wake up at 9 and then you lay till 12. This was like I just woke up at 12.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's a good excuse.
And tell me, which beach did you go to?
I went to Eindhoven.
Nice.
Nice.
My favourite beach.
You
my
know,
favourite
he's
beach.
looking all tanned, come down here. He's like, had a day off, relaxing. I've been working like a slave. But anyway, so why don't we tell Joe what we're going to do with him?
I say, Joe, what we're going to do is I'm going to just fire some questions at you, a little tiny bit there to get to know, to a little bit of a profile to get to know you better, and then we're also going to play your, as we said before, your absolutely brand new exclusive single. But I want to be finding out what kind of music you are. So you're 21 years old, is that right?
Yep.
And you're a guitarist and singer, and this summer you've had gigs such as, let me see if I get this right, the festival in Gozo, music festival in Gozo, the Zaytoon Folk Festival, Zion Reggae Bar, Fat Harry's. For the folks who don't know you, who are listening and thinking, he sounds lovely, how would you describe your sound and your kind of music? How would you summarise that?
I think I try and make a balance between what people like hearing and what I like.
Okay.
Brilliant.
You have to please them, but I have to please me as well.
Of course.
So I do songs which everyone knows, but then I do spins on songs which I know and other people don't know, but I try and make them more likable, sort of.
Okay.
Because people are going to listen to a gig and they want to like what they're hearing.
But you mentioned, I mean, you were at the Zaytoon Folk Festival, so is your stuff folky, or is it rocky, or is it reggae, or would you just play to the particular audience?
As how we play, it's in between. There's folky stuff, there's poppy stuff, there's pop reggae, there's
Okay,
it's
cool.
a mix of everything, but as a style it's more folky.
You said that you
nice.
excuse me. You said that you have a careful balance between what the audience wants to hear and what you like playing. Do those two things ever meet?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and
They-
in which
they do.
way? What stuff do you love?
I love
Is the list too big?
It's
Is
about
that
to
the
be
problem?
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe loves Black Sabbath.
like if I were to choose something to hear by
Sure.
myself on my headphones, I would generally listen to something like Bon Iver
Right,
or
okay.
something like that.
Oh,
But-
wow, I love that.
But I do love Ed Sheeran, and I do love all that stuff as well. And I do play a few covers of them as well. So they do meet in the middle, especially when you can sort of make a cover of Bon Iver, something like Skinny Love,
Yes.
into a more acceptable
And
version.
you know what's funny? I've so rarely heard people mention Bon Iver, mention him, and that music. That's a very particular genre, but it's a beautiful genre.
It's like the last couple of years I've been listening to it a lot, to them a
Fantastic.
lot, and it's always amazing.
So you, because I know that you also have some people who play with you, so you're not just on your own. It's
Sure,
not
yeah.
just you and the guitar. And would you then sit down and write music together, or how does that work? Or is it just yourself and they back and they support you?
Actually, all the time, because we're supposed to meet up for rehearsals and stick to what we're supposed to be practicing. And we
And
never
that
end
doesn't
up doing
happen.
that. So we always end up just saying, shall we just jam? And then we
Brilliant.
just see what happens. And then, for
Oh.
example, I'll play a few chords and they say, that sounds like that song. And then we say, shall we try and cover it? And then that's how
Wowee.
our rehearsals generally go.
And are these direct covers, or are these are covers with a spin? So you might
No,
play
they
it
are
and then-
always with a spin.
Right.
Always. And in fact, when we play them, we sort of say to each other, listen, let's get this song, but let's definitely completely change it. In fact, you start and then we'll see how we do. You know, it's not like...
Fantastic.
So you're kind of like taking music and not, I wouldn't say rewriting it, but trying to give it a different feel, a
And
different face.
trying to give our own spin on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How lovely. So have you gotten to the point where you guys are writing new tracks of your own, or is that something that you're going to be working on in the future?
We do write tracks together. I mean, we haven't written much because, as I said, we end up saying
no one's
"Let's
organised
get-"
enough.
Exactly, no one is organised. Actually, I'm the most organised. I'm really,
yeah,
I'm
says
really
you.
not that
Says
organised
you.
at all.
Get the other
He's
band
off-
members in here.
He's
They
off
say-
down the beach.
That's
Isn't
it.
he?
Exactly, yeah.
My mum's organised for me. I don't need to be.
Hi, Mum, by the way.
And then I get the guitarist, especially, always telling me, "Joe, can we just write a song, please, please, please?" And then we just never get around to doing it because we end up just jamming or something like that. And then
So what's the hardest thing about being an aspiring or active musician? Because you are playing gigs and you are, but what are you finding the most? Is it finding the time to do it, or is it finding?
it's trying
work?
to make it your first job. When
Right.
you can't afford to make it your
Yeah,
first job.
yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
like finding a balance in between making it your first job. Obviously, in your mind as a priority, you try and make it priority number one. But and then financially and
Sure.
obviously to make money from the gigs, you have to go out and really find no one's going to come looking for you.
Of course, yeah,
For
you have
sure.
to
So
market
if I had
yourself
any
as well.
advice for someone, literally get on Facebook, start messaging bars, and try and get some gigs, because that's the only way you're going to manage to survive.
Talking about making it your first job, you mean financially, like being able to live off it, right? Is that what you're... is that
Ideally,
Sure.
I would love to.
Of course, and you know what, we talk to a lot of musicians of all different levels, and lots of them say that. We had the Crowns on this radio show a fair few months ago, about 6 months ago. You know the Crowns?
Yep.
They've all got jobs. as well as doing everything they do. You know, that's right, isn't it? All
Well,
of it.
they do, and we also had Airport Impressions on about a month ago.
That's right.
Just before Earthgard.
And they've got jobs as well. That's
They've
right.
got jobs, and they were cramming, and they were doing loads and loads of rehearsals. And poor Errol and Johan came
asleep,
in, and they
basically.
nearly fell asleep on the show. We're like, guys, and they said, no, we've got
happens a
full-time
lot.
jobs, and we're doing this as
It
well.
happens a lot. In fact, I work at a shop in Bujuba, and it's my dad's shop, but we open till 10 o'clock in the summer.
Wow.
And so usually I'll have like a gig on every Monday and every Friday, and then sometimes Wednesdays, and till a couple of weeks ago every Wednesday as well.
What you want to do is, when you're working in the shop, play a small gig, make it a kind of dual-purpose shop.
Well, I was going to do a
shop
shout
whilst
out.
listening to live
I
music.
was going to do a shout out to Joe's dad and say, hey,
Yeah.
give him some time off.
Please.
So listen, we're on the 7 o'clock show. We're with Joe Roscoe. Joe, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. We'll play your track a bit later, but we're going to just get on with some more music, if that's okay, Trudy.
Oh, you may.
Oh, yeah, I just thought I'd ask permission this time. It's not very often that I do. Anyway, so
What have you got for us?
I've got Red Electric's new track because it had to be played at some point, you know.
Ooh, nice.
Are you ready for it? You
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it? It's a
Love it.
great track, isn't it?
Love it.
Red Electric, Shake. Awesome new track from Red Electric. It's Shake. One Radio. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock show. What are you laughing at?
I'm doing that head movement thing again.
You've learnt a new dance move.
I am loving the music this evening.
No, thank you. Well,
Sweet.
we're here with Joe Roscoe. Boom. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
So listen, we haven't got. We're here till 8:30. We've got to play some more music. Joe, we're going to play an exclusive. Now, this isn't released yet. Your new single.
This is the very first time.
When are you releasing it?
Today.
Excellent.
No way!
As soon as we play it, it will be officially released. But no, it's exclusive of Joe's new single. We'll play that within the next 15 minutes.
And you were saying that the video is going to be reduced potentially next week.
Reduced.
Oh, man.
Released. Brilliant.
Next Friday.
I'm so sorry.
So listen, why don't you get in touch with the show tonight? Maybe you want to ask Joe a question. That's fine. Do that. You can email me, oneradio@one.com.mt, or you can SMS me, 5061 5011. It's 58 cents.
Or if you want to get in touch with me, because I'm actually sitting next to Joe, you can get in touch with me on facebook.com/OneRadioMalta.
This small piece of wood between us isn't going to stop me. You know, it's 25 minutes past 7. We'll be back shortly with music from Rizzle Kicks.
Happy birthday, One Radio.
Tell her I love her. Tell her I love her.
Rizzle Kicks, Tell Her, their brand new track here on One Radio. It's the 7 o'clock show. Good evening.
Good evening.
Isn't it, Trudy?
It's wonderful, Paul.
We're with Joe Roscoe.
Hey!
Joe, thanks for sticking around and putting up with the disorganisation of the show. But great to have you on board. We're going to play your song very shortly.
Yeah, but I've got a few more questions for you. We were talking off air, and Joe, it's just been really nice to chat to you. Hi to your mum,
definitely.
who's from Yorkshire.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, what is your ultimate goal? You're obviously loving music because you already talked about dedication and how much you want to keep that being the priority in your life. What would be your ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal would be being able to earn a living by music and being able to continue.
Is it not being famous and getting
Making
the
music.
girls?
It's got
I'm not advised to say that.
But also, what about, like...
I'm supposed to care about the music.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but music brings with it a certain lifestyle, travelling,
Yeah.
that kind of
Amazing.
thing.
I'd love to travel and play gigs everywhere if possible. That's
Yes.
why to be able to support yourself while you're making music.
I think it's very humble
That's-
of Joe to say that he just wants to play and live.
Yeah.
He's not saying I want to, it's not I want to be a rock star.
Hey, listen, he had a little sneaky grin when I said it was all about the girls.
Yeah.
Just a little one.
But you were talking about wouldn't it be amazing to travel and play gigs?
Mm-hmm.
If you could have your ultimate gig with any supporting, playing, whatever, with any artist, what would that be? Where would that be?
Well, I want to say, because a few weeks ago I was at Tea in the Park,
Was you? Good.
And,
Was it good?
It was amazing.
For the benefit of anybody who's not listening, Tea in the Park is...
For anybody who's not listening.
I mean, I'm really not having a good night tonight.
If you're not listening, this is for you.
It's a festival in Scotland.
That's right, it is.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
is.
Joe. Take over, please.
I'll handle this.
Thanks, Joe. I'm just going to go home. Can you stay here with Paul? I'm not having a good night. Tea in the Park is in Scotland, yeah.
And it's a massive festival, and when I was there, like, I wouldn't say the best. I mean, the show which I got most into with my friends was Ben Howard. And
Really?
I would love to play that hour with him.
Yeah, okay.
But then again, one of the greatest concerts I've ever seen is I had the DVD. My mom had bought me the DVD of Queen live at Wembley.
Oh,
Amazing.
my word.
Amazing performance. Always from
I
Queen
would
and
just
Freddie.
love to just play Break Free over there.
Oh, wouldn't that be incredible?
I think-
Absolutely fantastic. Tell us about the track that we're going to play and the video that's going to go with it.
Yeah, because we've got your newest release, which when you came to the studio earlier, you said it isn't released yet. And then you said, would you like to have an exclusive on the show? Yes, of course we would. Thank you very much for that. But tell us all about it. What's it called, firstly?
So the name it's called The Big Move.
Yeah.
And it's basically about moving to the UK, which I'll be doing in a month's time.
Okay, cool.
Wow, why? What?
Yeah, let's stop.
To-
Why are you
Whoa,
going,
whoa,
why are
hang
you going
on.
to the
Where?
UK?
Where?
To Manchester.
Why?
To study.
Sorry.
to study.
Everyone goes to Manchester.
What's wrong with them? Go on.
They're the only ones who accepted me.
Okay. You do
I'm
realise
joking.
that the weather's going to be rubbish and you won't understand what they're
I
saying.
had a choice between Manchester and Liverpool, and I chose Manchester.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
fair
choice,
enough.
good choice.
So you're off there too.
To study sound engineering and design.
Wow,
Fantastic.
fantastic. So you've written the song about Manchester. No, I'm joking.
Not Manchester, but about moving in general.
Okay.
And the big move, hopefully, fingers crossed.
You were saying earlier off air that often you write about experiences or other people's stories, other people's experiences, but this song you feel you've written it about yourself.
Exactly.
Is that the first? Is it a first for you, or just something different?
Really, it is a first. It's the first which... It's the second one, really, which has been released, which is about me, because the first one was side by side.
Okay.
And but the other two were about other people's situations. Like, one of them was about my best friend and this girl, and this one is not about girls for once.
Hey, we're getting older. Okay, let's play it. So, Joe Roscoe and Big Move, yes, here on One Radio. It's the exclusive of Joe's newest single.
There's a light at the end where the shadows don't pretend to shine bright. And there's a lull out of the wind, a cover from the demons in our hearts. And the outcome of our choice depends upon the forces that we reckon with. And when we meet along the way, we'll define who we are. I'm separating right from wrong. My heart now knows where it belongs. I'll take this as it comes. Whoa, my head is set, my mind's made up. I'll ride it out if it gets tough. This is where I belong.
Fantastic. Joe, loved it.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Really cool.
brilliant.
Love the folky sound
Thank
that you
you.
got going on. Very popular. We were just saying, you got Mumford & Sons out there. You've got Firelight's entry into Eurovision. It's a very popular kind of folky thing going on at the moment. Movement.
Super gorgeous voice as well.
Thank you.
So that was it. That was the exclusive single from Joe Roscoe here on the 7 O'Clock Show.
I'm
Boom.
so excited.
That's how
I'm
we
loving
did
it.
it. That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
Congratulations, that really is a wonderful single. And you were
you.
just saying, well, just whilst we were playing that, you're off to Manchester. You're going to keep playing, and you're dying to gig and to busk and before you gig. And I just was very excited by that as well. Been great
exactly.
having you on the show.
It's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you for coming
Thanks for
on.
having me. I really enjoyed myself.
No problem at all. Thanks. You're welcome back anytime. We've got to move on with the show, Trudes.
We do.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to play the current track from Airport Impressions because it rocks and it's called Berlin. He's a good whistler, isn't he? He is, Errol. Do you think it was Errol whistling? It is. It's in a video. It's
when
him
he
whistling.
came on the show 6 weeks ago, we asked him, "Was it you whistling?" And he said, "Yes."
Yes, that's
I'm
right,
not
he
sure
did.
I believe him because that's a really that's a Roger Whittaker type whistle.
Airport Impressions with Berlin. Love it. It's a 7 O'Clock show here on One Radio. So we were just chatting to Joe Roscoe. If you liked what you heard and you liked his music, cool folky sound on that single, then you can catch him tomorrow at the Marina Hotel or on Monday at Fat Harry's in Budjeba.
Fantastic.
He's gone now. We've got another guest lined up.
We most certainly have in the green room waiting for us to bring them into the studio. We've
Tell
got
me.
Nigel and Gabrielle who are from Infinite Loop.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, they're smiling.
They're
Good.
just
They're
waiting for us
excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So we're going to be chatting to Infinite Loop very shortly. It's currently 7:44. Time flies. We're here till 8:30 tonight, right? Is that right?
I hope so.
Indeed. Get in touch with the show if you like. Email us, oneradio@one.com.mt or send me an SMS, 5061 5011. It's 58 cents.
Or you can get in touch with me on Facebook because I'm sitting here looking at the screen. That's facebook.com/One Radio Malta.
And here on the 7 O'Clock show, we'll be back with Infinite Loop next. Second City, I Want to Feel. It's One Radio. It's the 7 O'Clock show. Currently, it's 7:47.
Look at you looking at that clock. Paul, you can read the
I was
clock.
going to try and say how many minutes it was to 8, but I couldn't work it out quick enough.
Are you joking?
It's 7:47. Good evening, and it's Unsigned month.
It most certainly is.
Started tonight, with Joe Roscoe as our first guest. Let's introduce our second guest, Trudy.
Oh my giddy aunt, this evening we have for you Nigel and Gabrielle from Infinite Loop.
Good evening, Jen.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
We're all right.
Yeah, we're all right.
Well, I was just asking them, I had a good day, and Nigel was saying we've been working.
Working, you see,
Yep.
unlike some, Joe Roscoe,
And
Yes.
going
like
to the
Roscoe,
beach.
We woke up at 5 in the morning to go to work.
Yes, yes. But the guys, well, obviously you've had a busy day, but thank you for coming into the show.
No problem.
Pleasure
Thank
to have you here, and really looking forward to playing some music of yours a little bit later.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to do it by way of introduction. The band is made up of Nigel, who is vocals and lead guitarist. Is
Yes,
that right?
exactly.
Gabrielle, who's vocals and bass.
Yes.
Is that bass or bass guitarist? I couldn't
It's
work
the same
out from
thing.
the...
Basically,
No, it's not. Isn't a bass one of those great big things that look like a massive
It's
violin?
like double
that you-
bass. It's the
That's
same
double
instrument.
bass.
Okay, fair enough. Roberto, who is guitar, and Duncan, who is the drummer.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
fantastic. You've had a great 2014, according to my research, with a new music video. You've been supporting at the Beer Festival. You had the Robbie Williams tribute concert, which I am going to absolutely grill you about in a minute. The Zaytoon Fest, and also Fat Harry's. And we've just been talking off air, and you've got some stuff coming up that you're going to tell us about in a minute. But for anyone who's listening and doesn't know you, how would you describe your sound? What is your sound?
As in individually or the whole band?
The
No, I can
band.
hear you. No, as in your sound. What does Infinite Loop sound like? What kind of genre of music is that?
I think it's about like alternative commercial sound, sort of like Kings of Leon.
Oh,
Okay,
Something
okay.
like that.
Fantastic.
But individually we all have
Different
our different styles. But when we go to the garage and play, and rehearse, and we like what we do. So that's
Very good. That's encouraging.
Sorry, go on, Trudy.
Yeah,
I
but you
didn't
were
mean to interrupt.
That was just a sharp intake of breath. That wasn't really anything. But you were talking about how each of the members of the band has a different style. So, for instance, Gabrielle, what would your style be? What do you kind of listen to? What's your influence?
I used to listen to Metallica and
Whoa.
heavy.
Okay.
And the others, the drummer, the same. He used to listen to more heavy songs.
Uh-huh.
And the other one, he was alternative. He is always
sort of like Simple Plan. Roberto
Simple Plan, Green Day. That's Coldplay.
When you're writing, you mentioned you've got different styles individually, and there's obviously a group style. Is that something you'll aim for, or is it just what's come out of you guys being together with your own styles?
Exactly. It's what we come up with our own styles.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Right.
We have some songs which are, for example, that we're going to listen to another day. It is alternative and commercial, and that, but we have other songs which are a little bit more heavier than that.
Sure.
For example, like my style, my favorite style is heavy metal. I listen to Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath.
Right.
Oh my
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
And can
Wow.
we hear that influence in the music? I mean, obviously we've been listening to your music to get you on the show, but this particular track that you brought in today, can you hear that
A little
influence?
bit
Yeah, a
solo,
little
I
bit,
think.
yeah, solo.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Great to have you on the show. We've got to play some more music and move things forward, but we're going to stick around. We're going to speak to you some more, and obviously we're going to play that track and have a chat about that as well. It's the 7 o'clock show, isn't it, Trudy?
It most certainly is, Paul.
And we're here till 8:30 tonight. Currently 9 minutes to 8, so we've got another 39 minutes.
I'm loving the
you
fact
see-
you're having to work out
You
the
see
math.
the speed of my brain on a Thursday night. We'll be back shortly with Infinite Loop.
It's the #1 in Malta.
So let me get you in your birthday suit.
Happy birthday, One Radio.
For your love for me is gone.
So it's Paolo Nutini and Let Me Down Easy. I just had an email in. It says, Trudy, we love you. And you're okay, Paul. From Dave and Sam in Aura. Thanks, Dave and Sam.
Sam.
Big up, big up.
I've
Also, I
got
got another shout out.
Oh, go
Sorry,
on
go on.
then.
Let's take
Shout-
it. Let's take
okay.
it in turns. Go.
shout outs to you, Charles, Jason, Joseph, and Raymond, who are all listening. Thank you very much.
And I've got Emma and Anna. Good evening, ladies. So there we go. That was Paolo Nutini that decided to stop very quickly. It's 7 o'clock show here on One Radio. Good evening. It's 1 minute to 8, and we are with Infinite Loop.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Nigel and Gabrielle. Lovely to have you on the show.
Just
Thank
while
you
we were
very
off
much.
air, we were talking about, because you mentioned that when we were on air that you play in a garage. You practice in a garage.
Yeah.
So, and without going into too much details, but you said it's a big complex of garages. There's lots of bands there.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Do you get
Wow.
to? Yeah. You popped out, didn't you? Did
I
you?
want to go hang out.
Do you get to meet them? Do you get to like swap ideas, talk about music, or is it not like that?
No, not more. Like
So everyone's like, no, this is my garage.
Does that make you a garage band?
Oh,
Do you like that?
brilliant. Anyway, no, I liked it. Let's write it down and use it again later.
Okay, gentlemen, listen, I want to know a little bit more about you. We talked about a little bit off air as well about the fact that you like different styles of music, but there's a lot of Black Sabbath and Metallica going on there. But when you get together to write music, which of you writes the music? How does that happen? Who writes the lyrics? Who writes the actual...
We both write the music,
We
and
both
Okay.
write the
but
lyrics.
on our own. But then when we finish the song at home or where you, we go to garage and we play it for the other
For the others
Okay.
to listen to.
it, and then we change it
As
according
how-
to how we want to do.
So you're saying that are you saying that when you're at home you come up with something on your own, you come up with an idea and you bring that to the band?
Yes, it's-
Right. Okay. So you're not saying you have an idea for a song and then you all go home and write bits for that song. It's just general ideas that you bring together.
No, I like what Gabrielle was saying is that they come in and bring a song, play the song, and the rest of the band then change it. Do you not like go? No, sorry, mate. I'm
Yes.
sorry, it's finished. Get your
No,
hands
no,
off
no,
the song.
no, it's never like that. But yeah, but like Gabriel said, we like when I
Have
do it.
different ideas.
We like do the basic main like we play the guitar, we do the main guitar of the song, and then we bring it to the garage, and everyone's ideas like we do that. Some yes, some no.
So the basics are in place, and then everybody contributes to it.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So how do you have you guys known each other a long time? How did you meet? How did you decide to form a band?
Yeah, were you old friends before that?
Yeah,
or?
we were like in secondary school. We first saw each other.
That's so cool.
But then afterwards, like 5 years afterwards, and then we went to like other schools and all that. And Roberto and Duncan formed Infinite Loop at I think 2010.
2010. Okay.
Yeah, and then
They stayed for 2 years in the garage, I think.
yeah, something
And-
like that.
What, they
And
couldn't
then
find the key? They couldn't get out? People delivered takeaway?
There were other players and
other players-
changing, and then
And then,
Nice,
like, I came in November 2011. Gabriel came in November 2012. And that's how
Right,
the final
okay.
Infinite Loop 9 was formed.
I love it when bands they kind of sometimes rotate members, or that changes, and over time. I mean, you're
Yeah.
only talking about 4 years, but over time it can change quite a lot. But it's great when they keep their identity and the name,
Yeah.
you know, because it makes
Absolutely.
a family. It makes
Exactly.
a sound.
What have you found that's been the most difficult for you guys? I mean, it's the most challenging as an artist, as a band and artist.
Like Joe Roscoe said before.
Does he go to the garage?
I'm going to call him Joe Rascal now.
Rascal,
Yeah,
Dizzy
that's what
Rascal,
Nigel
Joe's
just,
brother.
Nigel just called him Joe Rascal. I think that's really cute. Sorry, go ahead, Joe. No, Nigel.
Yeah, it's a financial problem. It's like a time problem because, like we said,
Yeah.
from 4 of us work now, so it's even difficult. But we still keep like
2 days a week.
4 hours of our weekly time to like do 2 hours of rehearsals
we have a routine that every week we play twice.
twice
a week.
Well, okay,
Yes.
so that's quite good, really.
Yeah,
But do you
Try
guys
to keep it.
do you guys go and have lemonades afterwards? Do you hang out together?
yeah, we hang out. We go to
Tomorrow, I think we're gonna.
tomorrow, yeah, one of them.
I love Gabrielle's little cheeky smile there. Yeah? Tomorrow we've got a night out.
Lemonades until the early hours of the morning. I love it.
And do you all have a common goal? Do you all know what you want to do together? Do you ever
I
talk
think
about
so. Well, we love what we do, so we're gonna keep on doing it until we die. Hopefully, as Infinite Loop.
What about immediate goals then? You know, not of end of game stuff, but like what's the next thing for the band?
Next thing for the band album.
Album.
Obviously, before the album, we're gonna launch our new single and new video, hopefully soon at the early autumn. And afterwards we probably do the album.
Great. We're going to talk about the single more a bit later, and also I want to hear about the video as well, and what you're doing for that, and what idea it is, and what the concept is. So we'll do all that soon. It's all happening here on the 7 o'clock show. Currently 5 minutes past 8 on the 7 o'clock show. It can't be 7 o'clock forever, can it? It can't be. Let's play some more music. Current single from The Crowns. All the big players in Malta have released their kind of summer hits, and there's a battle of the charts at the moment. Red Electric got to number 1. Roscoe number 2. Yeah, close call. But The Crowns are up there as well in the top 10. So let's play their single now. It is, of course, it's their title track of their album. It's Someone Else here on One Radio. Hope you enjoy this. The Crowns, Someone Else, title track of their album.
Love it.
Awesome. It's One Radio. Good evening. It's the 7 o'clock show, and it's Unsigned month. It's the first day. Carry on, Trudy.
It's the first day of the Unsigned month. This is the whole month of August.
Excuse me.
Are you still alive? Whole month of August devoted to unsigned artists and bands. We've had Joe Roscoe. We now have Nigel and Gabrielle from Infinite Loop.
Yay!
Wow, fantastic. And we're getting to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, indeed. Now, we've got your single, which should we talk about that now, or did you want to...
I wanted to ask you a couple more
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, go ahead.
Is that
Go
all
ahead.
right?
Yeah, that's all right,
You
darling.
just carry on that
Yeah, that's
side
all
coughing.
right. I'll just sit here and do the work.
Yeah, whatever. So listen, if you guys could play any venue with anyone.
Yes.
I'm dying to know, because that gives me an idea of what you're aiming at. Where would that be? What would that be? Gabrielle, I'm looking at you because you almost look like you've been thinking about this one. You know what this is. Any venue, Wembley, O2, Berlin.
Royal Opera House, Sydney.
Anywhere. Anywhere that is bigger and bigger and bigger than Malta is. I mean,
A venue bigger than Malta?
I mean,
Massive.
That's huge.
rephrase. I mean, yeah.
Well, we can see a
O2,
big crowd,
Wembley,
more than Malta.
bigger crowds. Yeah.
More people participate.
What's the biggest crowd? I mean, you may not know. It's not because it's difficult to count numbers sometimes. But do you know what the biggest crowd you've played to is?
Yesterday,
Would
I
that be
think.
Prague?
Beerfest.
I mean, yesterday. I mean,
Oh,
I think
just yesterday
Beer
too,
Fest. I mean, Halasha, I think, is with that. The Birker Kara Music Festival, when we played it, I think a year, 2 years ago.
You guys were also telling me that you played Prague. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Prague at the YMCA festival.
That's cool.
It was really, really awesome. I mean, we played. We got up there with another band, another Maltese band called Explicit. We had fun. We had there. We met like loads of people from around the world, and we had
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
exchange thoughts and
So the
Fantastic.
second part of that question is if you could play with anyone.
with anyone.
You mentioned Black
With
Sabbath.
this set,
and-
come on, I wish, yes, individually, but as a band, I think in the same genre, you know, I think Kings of Leon would be really awesome.
That's a pretty good band to want
I
to
think
play
I'd like
with.
to play with Kings Leon. I can't sing or play an instrument. And
I think our chances are quite
I
slim.
just hang out with them on stage. I can stand backstage or something like that. Talking about your new single,
Yeah.
tell us about that, because you're making it. This is the music video is what I'm really interested in, because this is you've got a new music video in production now, or
Yeah.
coming soon, or
coming hopefully soon.
okay. What's the idea behind it?
Well, no, it's called Longing for You. It's a song about when we went to Prague. The song was written afterwards because it's a song about when we all missed our loved ones.
Sure.
Back
Sure.
home.
How sweet.
And it's that's all what it's about.
But the video is
The video-
is it you guys playing, or is there a story?
No, the video is going to be like a story of same thing, like we the boyfriend goes away for like 25 days or something like that. The girl misses him. Love story. The typical love story.
Been
but,
there.
I have to tell you that
only
is
like
quite a big departure from Black Sabbath. I've got Black Sabbath in my mind, and I'm thinking, I love the way that Nigel went, da 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 da. It's a bit love.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't want to touch too much on it because it's a bit far away, isn't it? I mean, you haven't released the single yet.
No, we're going to release them, both of them, hopefully, at the same time, same
In the
day.
autumn, you were saying, weren't you?
Yeah.
So tell us about the track we've got from you today, Another Day. It's
Another
called.
day.
Yeah.
This one's written by Gabriel. So
Oh, Gabriel, you wrote this one.
Gabriel, please.
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Lyrics and track.
And the
Like
first
you said.
part of the music, because then I went to the garage and we changed lots of.
And they changed it.
Yes, because everyone has his
Those
own
naughty
opinion.
band members, stop it.
Tell us about the song. What's it about?
The song is about it's about a man.
Yep.
Who found he spent a lot of time alone in his life, and then he met a girl, and
And it was all
it
sorted.
changed. Yes, and it changed his life.
Fantastic.
There's quite a bit of love in the room. I'm loving it.
It's not written about me, is it? No, listen, let's play it. Guys, thanks for coming in. We'll stick around, but let's play the track. It's Another Day, Infinite Loop, here on One Radio.
After a long time, the feeling you gave to me. You made my face shine again. You changed the whole world for me. Now I'm always looking forward to another day.
Infinite Loop, Another Day. Well done, boys.
I love it. And Gabrielle, you have a gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
That's why you get the guests in, isn't it? You just want to swoon.
Am I allowed to do that?
It's the 7 o'clock show here on One Radio. Good evening, and it's Unsigned month. It's a brand new beginning of Unsigned month tonight, and we're with Infinite Loop as our second guest on Unsigned month.
Absolutely, and just as an aside, if you are listening to the show this evening and thinking to yourself, wow, I'm an artist, I'm a band, or we're a band, and we'd really like to be on the show this
get
month,
in touch.
Get in touch with us.
Do that on One Radio. No. Best way to do that, if you're an unsigned band and you want to come on the show, best thing to do is go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com Brave Media Malta.
That's it. My last question for you guys this evening, I think, would be, listen, if the very best thing could happen to you in the next 6 months, if you could have your ultimate wish come true, what would it be?
One of our songs will be #1 hit.
Fair enough.
That's absolutely fair enough.
That's a very, very good answer.
And you know what? I think it doesn't matter how big you are as an artist, when you release a song, that's the only thing on your mind. Are we going to make a hit? Are we going to make a hit? So, you're right there. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. For the listener, can they find you on Facebook, find out what you're doing, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's all on Facebook. That's all what we put on.
Do you know what your Facebook address is?
Just search Infinite Loop.
Infinite Loop and you'll
just
find
search
it.
Infinite Loop and you'll find them. Okay, go on Facebook, search Infinite Loop. Guys, thank you for coming. Round of applause, please, Trudy,
Absolutely,
for the boys.
and wish you all the very best.
Oh, and
Thank
just
you
before
very
you go, we've got an email in that says, great programme, guys, Infinite Loop, the best, keep on rocking, smiley face Bernice. So there you go.
Thank
you. Brilliant. So, Trudy, for us, there's only 10 minutes left of the show.
Yes. That's nice.
I think we'll play some more music now before we talk about what's coming up tonight on One Television and also tomorrow night on TFI Friday. But right now, we've got Avicii, Lay Me Down. Come on! Avicii. It's Avicii and Lay Me Down. It's One Radio, 25 minutes past 8. Good evening. And that was, coming up towards the end of the first of our Unsigned month shows. What fun.
An utterly fabulous show with some really nice guys.
Joe Roscoe's cool, Infinite Loop are cool.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
Absolutely. What an absolute wonderful pleasure and privilege to have them on the show.
Exactly. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I can play an instrument.
Only if you're about 65.
I can sing as well. Maybe you're thinking that. Then why don't you get in touch with us and let us know about it? And maybe, because we've got lots of requests, maybe we can get you onto the show and do something with you.
Absolutely.
Facebook.com/Brave Media Malta.
Yep. Get in touch.
Easy.
Do get in touch, but also send us a link to your track so we can see what you're all about. And then we can get in touch with you.
Yeah, exactly. Get in touch with us and then we return, unlike some previous dates I've had. So listen, I really enjoyed that, and I thought,
yeah, me too.
It's nice. There's a lot of talent in Malta, I think, and we get the opportunity. We're very lucky. We get the opportunity to interview all the guys who have got the #1 hits and the top 10 hits, and it's really great to talk to some young talent as well. Absolutely.
I was talking to Ivan Borge from the Riffs and Red Electric this afternoon, and I was just saying to him what an utter privilege it is to meet so many people here in Malta.
Indeed. So on that bombshell,
gushing,
it's time to go. It's time to go. Listen, Trudy, thank you.
What, for my gushing?
Just coming in.
Oh, thanks.
You know,
What?
I don't know.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, yes, no, listen, tonight on the
Yes.
Thursday Night Project on One Television.
Are you up for it?
At 9:50, Trudy and I forgot. I thought I was going to go home. Got to carry on working.
Darn it.
We got Firelight on the show tonight.
We most certainly do, and I'm
yes.
so excited. So if you're listening to this, tune in and see us on TV with Firelight later on tonight.
Yeah, we'll be chatting to Firelight. One Television tonight, 9:50-ish. It's called the Thursday Night Project. If you missed that, we'll be back tomorrow for TFI Friday here on One Radio.
Be there or be square.
Be there or be square at about 6:15. So goodbye, have a nice evening, and we'll see you tonight at 9:50. Remember, One Television. What should we play? Oh, in kind of well, we were chatting to Infinite Loop.
Yeah.
And they were going on about Kings of Leon.
We're going to have Kings of Leon.
Let's play Kings of Leon to take us out. It's Kings of Leon and Don't Matter.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.